Welcome back. You're watching India Market Open. The general market seems to be quiet, largely on expected lines. Global cues are muted. And of course, yesterday's kiss and miss of 25,000 has got the bulls back in check. But we have with us one company that has outperformed on every front and does this quarter on quarter, to say the least. It's talking about Zen Tech. It went home with gains of 5% yesterday and continues to trade higher in a rather muted market. Ashok Atluri, CMD of Zen Technologies, now joins in. Hi, Ashok. It's Samina joining in from NDTV Profit. Congratulations once again. It's been a historical quarter for Zen Tech. You know, we're so used to talking to companies who deliver double-digit growth in the range of the 20s and the 30s. You've pulled out a 92% growth on revenue. Profits are up 65%. Margins have improved. EBITDA has gone up significantly. Key highlights and whether this sort of growth is sustainable going ahead.
Thank you so much, Samina. I think we started on a smaller base, so the growth has been tremendous. If you look at from 60, we did 160 crores, 160 to 430, but now it's, now we are in the 100% range, 432. We are saying that we'll do about 900 crores this year. And, going forward, we are, giving a more muted projection of 50% CAGR on an average basis for the next 3 years. So I think, yes, but again, I think the ground reality is much, wilder than if these figures look wild. The ground reality is much wilder than this. The government of India is going hammer and tongs, and behind the Indian company and saying, listen, we want this, we want that. We have to really scale ourselves up to the requirement that they have. So I think people with the ground to the ear at the MOD and the armed forces, they really know that, this is just the beginning of a very, very long haul procurement process. A lot of things to be procured, and it's we who have to scale up for the requirements.
Look, I know there are multiple businesses that you focus on. One is training, the other is simulators. But before we go into the product, and you've also, I believe, launched a few products this quarter, break your revenue between domestic and global. So how much and how well has the exports done for you this quarter, and the outlook for FY25?
So the outlook, we are going to do 900 crores in total. And we think out of the 900 crores, 300 crores plus would be exports, and the rest would be domestic. And for this quarter, we haven't done any exports. The exports will come in the forthcoming quarter. All the turnover has been domestic only, with about 100 crores for anti-drone systems and 145 crores for training and simulation in the training and simulation segment.
Mr. Atluri, good morning. Neeraj here. This order inflow, which has been a trickle, is it because of it being an election quarter, or are there some order deferrals that will come in quarter 2 and quarter 3?
So what we had projected last few quarters is that, we will get the orders in the third, starting from the third, but more heavily in the fourth quarter. And the trickle of order was expected. It was nothing unusual in this, but we think usually this government-related projects are heavy on the fourth quarter. And of course, elections did play a part in slowing down the order thing. But we think that starting third quarter and especially in fourth quarter, we'll get the order, trickle will get into a, more pouring or a flood kind of thing.
Pouring or a flood. Love those words, Mr. Atluri. The second question really is, you've done 250 crores already. Are you being conservative when you talk about 900 crores? Or will it get balanced out in the subsequent quarters? It's great to under-promise and over-deliver. Just trying to think if you're doing the same.
I think it was a realistic target.
But you've done 250 crores, sir, in quarter 1.
Yeah, so again, it's an existing order book position, so we are executing it much faster than we had wanted. So again, my thing is that on the overall year, we would be doing about 900 plus crores. And the quarter on quarter may vary a bit. So don't expect the next quarter to be bigger than this quarter, or the next quarter to be smaller than. So, but we'll try to definitely touch the 900 crore target we have. And maybe we may exceed it by, a few crores.
Mr. Atluri, good morning. Tamanna here as well. Just trying to understand, among other things, you've talked about in your conference call new products to open up revenue streams. Just give us a sense of which directions you're looking at. I mean, obviously, simulators and anti-drone systems are the two big parts of it. What else are you seeing?
So the two streams here, I think again they may be anywhere between 40 to 60% the contribution. As of now, it's heavy towards simulators, but we think anti-drone systems are also coming into their own, and there's a lot of demand being created. So we expect sales to be recorded in that. But now we have launched another group of products, especially this autonomous. Surveillance systems and site systems. So with this surveillance and site systems and the autonomous, like the robot dog that we have launched, we expect some traction to come in the next year. Even though this year we have started recording for the anti-drone system, we integrated one of the cameras and it worked very extraordinarily well. And we scouted a lot in India and abroad for that, but finally we found a company that was delivered the system that really well integrated with our anti-drone system, and we invested we took 51% stake in that company. So we expect that this will start in the next year, the stabilized side, the artillery side, and the robo dog and the remote control weapon station. So this is a very big thing, the remote control weapon station, where it's ultra light. We had earlier, which was 250 kilos and almost required a crane to move around. But now the team has come up with something which is sub 40 kilos, can be moved by hand, and it's very portable. Basically, you don't have to expose yourself. You can just put the gun there and you can put it on a gypsy, and you can be completely inside a bulletproof thing, and you can keep controlling through a joystick and a trigger the operations. So this actually takes the soldiers out of the harm's way, and I think this is going to be very big, and we expect next year onwards a lot of this third revenue stream to become active.
To what extent, Mr. Atluri, and I have to ask you about this robo dog. It sounds fascinating. What does it do?
So it's basically it's a quadruped. I mean, it's a four-legged dog, and you can. In fact, the video is there on my website. So you can put a gun and you can transport. It can its payload. It can lift as much as 70 kilos. So, but the one we have is somebody wanted the gun loop to be loaded and the robodog to climb up, jump obstacles, and all those things the robodog is capable of doing. And so again, I would be very happy to share the video link with you.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting. Very lastly, Ashok, also margins have improved significantly this quarter. I think from what we saw last time around to this time, it's about, no, actually they've declined. Your margins have come in at 44 versus 52. What is the reason for the decline in the margins, and what range are you targeting for the rest of the year?
So, again, it will depend on the product mix and the market mix. If the exports, we have a higher margins than the domestic market. Then in simulators, we have higher margins than the anti-drone systems. Within simulators also, there is a wide range of, margins that we have, depending on various aspects. So, but again, we have promised that the target will be around 35% EBITDA and 25% PAT on our turnover.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Atluri, is this something that you believe in the foreseeable future? Because your last 2-3 years CAGR has been a way stronger than your last 10 years. And I've heard you say that the next 5 years will eclipse what you've done in the previous 10 years. So I'm just trying to understand, beyond FY25, wherein you will double your revenues, what's the realistic run rate, sir?
So, internally we have discussed, and, we have said that on an average, again, 1 year may be less, 1 year may be more.
Yeah.
But on average, we will attain a CAGR of 50% at least. That's our target, and we are hoping to stick to that.
So 50% revenue CAGR while presumably maintaining margins and return ratios.
Absolutely, yeah. The margins are also on the conservative side.
So 40-44 is the conservative margin number, and you will also maintain your return on capital, etc., because that is also a healthy 44-45, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we have set PAT of 25% and EBITDA of 35%.
35%, okay.
And Mr. Atluri, just to take from Neeraj's point, where will that growth come from? Because of course, currently you're growing in this space because of a low base. Will it be new product launches? Is there new IP that you're sitting on or working on? Because I know you're big on R&D as well. Will it be training? Will it be a global order book? Where is that chunk of growth going to come from in the next 3 to 5 years?
So, both the anti-drone systems and the simulators have just been started being procured by the Indian Armed Forces, and even worldwide, except in very advanced countries, in smaller countries, this simulators concept has not been there. But thanks to the, Ukraine war, where, Ukraine has world's most advanced equipment, but they are losing against a country that has all 20th century equipment, is being, the reason as the predominant reason is being said that they have not been trained enough. So training has suddenly become very, very important. And anti-drone system threat is just emerging. People are becoming alive to it. So they are also starting from a very, very low base. Almost, I would say in India, we might have not even fulfilled 5% of the simulator market, and a drone market, we think maybe less than that. So there is a huge scope in these two segments itself in India and world over. So because they know it's not yet even partially fulfilled. Even, maybe I would say about 5 to 6% of the demand is fulfilled. So there is a huge growth in they also start from a very low base, and huge growth prospects in both these segments. And the new one, the Sight and the RoboDog, and the remote control weapon station are very, very big. I think they are also going to create an additional revenue stream for us.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Atluri, for speaking with us. Always a pleasure. A lot more to talk about, but we have run out of time. Zen Tech in focus, and yes, they have had a great quarter. More revenue streams also on the anvil, which could kick in from Q3. With that, it's a wrap on India Markets Open. But stay tuned. Talking Point up next.